boundaries, right? Boundaries were a really big thing for me. I had no boundaries. I would be that person that someone would go, oh, what we're having for, what takeaway do you want? That's a good one, isn't it? What takeaway do you want? I don't know. I did sort of know what I wanted, but I didn't want to upset anyone else. So I'd go, oh, I don't know if I can make a decision on what takeaway to have. But I knew. So I knew deep down what I wanted. And then I'd go, oh, I don't know. Oh, you make the decision. And I lived my life for so long letting other people make these decisions. Something simple about a takeaway. I would not ever go, oh, I want this or I want that. I would let someone else make that decision. And things like when you go out, oh, where do you want to go? Oh, I don't know where I want to go. But why wasn't I saying, yeah, I do want to go here, and then having a discussion about where we were going to go? Because all that ended up happening is I just used to think, oh, this person always makes the decisions where we want to go. I just go with the flow. And if I went with the flow with that, where else was I just going with the flow? What boundaries wasn't I setting up? What was I saying? Oh, that's okay. Like, for instance, on here, on this platform, like, just I was at a point where I was like, oh, I'll just let everyone follow me. But I don't want to let everyone just follow me. I don't want sugar daddy, do I? I don't, like, why am I letting that follow me? Like, it sounds really bad, but do you know what I mean? Like, you can put boundaries up. By having boundaries, it's not going to affect anything. It's actually, I can 100% say, like, I'm not saying I don't have people follow me and things like that, because I do. Like, I'm happy for anyone to follow me, but my people and the people that I gel with and get on with, I would rather have 100 of them than 1,000 people that have no interest in what I've got to say. And that's what I'm saying. Like, boundaries are everywhere. Like, boundaries aren't just being horrible to people. Boundaries aren't saying, oh, I don't like you, go away. Like, that's not a boundary. A boundary is having an opinion and saying. And to start is so hard. Like, the reason I can talk about this and I can speak about it openly is because I have been there. Like, building barriers is like a really hard thing to do, and I know that because I've been there. And you think, if I start sticking up for myself and I start saying this and I start saying that, all these people are just going to leave me and they're going to go. But do you know what's happened? My relationships with people, like, have got more solid. Like, me and my other half, I used to, like, just let him make all the decisions and do everything. And what come of that is we would have massive arguments. I would cry because I'd build up resentment. I'd be like, you just do everything you want to do. Like, when do I ever get to do what I want to do? And when I first started saying what I wanted, it was really hard. But what's actually happened is our relationship has grown more solid, more founded on better foundations. And I'm not saying that's going to happen with everyone. Like, maybe if you do build your boundaries, you might look at some friends who maybe are not really there to support you and they're just taking from you, and it's really hard to make the decisions. But when you come out the other side, I'm not saying all leave your partners, I don't mean that. I'm not saying that at all, because that's not what I can do. But I'm just saying, like, you may just be unhappy because you're unhappy with yourself and your decisions that you're making. And that's where I was in a situation where I was at rock bottom. How much I've changed over this work that I've been doing, and it hasn't happened overnight. Some of this has been over 10 years, but in the last few years I have flown. I have flown with my way of thinking, my way of being, like 100% change. And it's just about supporting other people. It's like, someone told me once, you've got to give love to get love. And I was like, oh, sorry, like, give love to get love. Like, example on TikTok, if you give interaction and you give something back to people and you create friendships, you get a lot back in return. And I've noticed a lot of the creators on here who do really well are the ones who actually genuinely are supporting their followers and genuinely are happy with, like, do you know what I mean? Like, genuinely really happy to support, and they grow a family and they grow a community. And that's what I want to do. I want to grow a community. I don't want it all to be about me. I know I'm sitting here talking about me, but I feel sometimes if I talk about how the growth in me, I want that for other people. That is what I'm trying to share on my wall. I'm trying to share that growth for everybody, for us all to grow together. Because if there's a lot of people who are living like this, all our lives are going to be like 100% happier, aren't they?